Hello and welcome again to the fourth week of our Teach Online with Blackboard WebCT course. This particular demo is going to focus on how you can add a learning module to a Sandbox or developmental course site. I'm going to demonstrate this using my own WebCT Sandbox site, such as the one that you have yourself. So here is the home page of my developmental course site that I have been building throughout this last 3 weeks. And ready to add a learning module, this is a great way to provide content that can bring in a lot of different resources and interactivities into one cohesive module or learning experience. I am going to start by a shell of my learning module, and to do that I basically have to be on the Build tab and click on Learning Module. From that point I can create a learning module. I'm going to title it Welcome, and I am going to save it. Of course, it could just as well be specific academic content. I'm using welcome, but you could use any topic you were interested in. I'm going to click on the welcome now, and now I'm ready to start module. And you can see I have several different options of content I can start adding to it to create basically what is a comprehensive learning experience through anything ranging from a website to a file to all kinds of different things can be included in this learning module. I'm going to start, though, because I like to always kind of have an introduction to lead people into the content. So I'm going to click on Add File, and it gives me two choices. If I were ready to just start giving people files, and specific content, I could go ahead and browse for files, but I'm going to create a file, and I'm going to start my entire module out with some kind of welcoming message. I like to enable the HTML creator because it allows me to add images, adjust the text, and generally have a more powerful way of constructing my content. So here I am, and I have to add an image in this area. So I'm going to insert an image by clicking on this Insert Image icon. And the image that I'm going to insert will be a picture of the Elastica. So I can now browse for my file, and since I have it on my desktop, I'm going to browse for that on my computer. And I'm going to select in week 4, I've placed this already on my computer desktop, an aerial photograph, and I'm going to say OK. I'm going to give it alternate text for screen reader purposes. Aerial shot of the College of St. Scholastica. And I'm going to click OK. Now here's my aerial shot, and I can use all these other tools to start configuring the rest of my page. For example, I'm going to select this photograph and center it. Now that it's selected, I'm going to just click on the center button and center it. I can also start adding some text. I think I'll add a welcome message. And perhaps some more text. Now, I can also adjust the color of the text by highlighting my text and changing it as I see fit. And I can also change so I'm going to do all of those things. And then when I'm happy and satisfied with what I did, this first initial page, this welcoming page, and if it's your first module, you could put a picture of yourself or your, or something relevant to the course topic. Any number of things you could add in there. But I'm going to save now. The first page in my module, and it's called Welcome. And now for my next page, I'm going to add a web link. I'm going to add a web link, and that would be considered a content link. So I'm going to click on Add Content Link, go to Web Link, and I've already created a link to the College of St. Scholastica. And you've seen how to create web links before, so I'm going to just select that College of St. Scholastica website. And now that is the second page in my learning module. Now, I would like to add a file. Click on Add File and browse for files. And you can see how this builds. I'm now going to browse to my computer again, and I'm going to link a welcome letter that I've prepared. And I'm going to add it. And now the third page is welcome letter. And let's say that welcome letter encouraged everyone to go and introduce one another in the discussion area. That final item in my module, unless I had more things I wanted to add, might simply be to the discussion area. So I'm going to click on Add Content Link, and I can go right to Discussion. And I'm going to create a discussion topic here. I'm going to make it threaded. That's pretty much the standard. And I'm going to introduce yourself. So once I've done that, you'll notice that discussions can be gradable, but of course an introductory discussion is not going to be something you probably want to grade. So I'm just going to go ahead and save this discussion. And now I have my module. And I will show you how that looks. Previewing a learning module from the Build tab is never the best way to look at it because you're kind of looking at it from a nuts and bolts behind the scenes perspective. So you might want to go to the student view to take a look at the module. And you can see that learning module is available on the course menu, but it's not posted here on the main course page area until you actively, as an instructor, make that specific act. But for now, as a student, I'm going to go ahead and take a look at how the module looks. It's entitled Welcome, and here we have the picture that we'd added and the little welcome message, and then the navigation, as you've seen in the main course throughout this week. You can navigate using these arrows up along the top. And I'm going to navigate now to the web page, the Scholastica website. Or you can, if you prefer not to use navigation arrows, you can also navigate by using the table of contents. I'm going to close out of this web page right now, and I'm going to use the table of contents to navigate to the next page. So I click on this welcome letter that I have here, and that will take me. That's another way to get to the next page in a learning module. And finally, for my final page of my learning module, I can get to that using any of the navigational strategies. And here I am, and I can go ahead as a student, and I would create my message and introduce myself, having gone through that. So as a final action for this demonstration, I'd like to just show you again how to add that learning module right on the main page. And to do that, the learning module is considered a content link. So from the Build tab, we'll click Add Content Link, and then Learning Module, Welcome, and then simply add the selected learning module, and you now have your content there for the student to preview or the instructor. So that will conclude this demonstration, and if you have questions about any aspect of this, then you can feel free to just go ahead and go in the main course and post a discussion message in the questions and answers area of the discussion. Thanks very much.